We know it's all about the money, we know they lie, we know this is corruption. Does CPS know what they are doing to the children?
From coast to coast, families fighting back, tolling rows on the road, no turning back. Here's a tale of a crew, 40 strong and true. Ditch the ego, the pride for me and you. They spot the cracks in America's dream, with hearts of fire and a radiant gleam, shaping futures for folks lost in the fall, chasing direction from the greed dog's law. House slipping away, laws gone rogue, kids in the crossfire, it's a heavy load. But family's not for sale, no map on the wall, help's knocking now. Answer the call, toll and roll, ring that freedom bell. Fighters for the fallen, breaking every spell. No shame in the struggle, you're not alone. Roll up our sleeves, claim what you're on, toll and roll. Hey, freedom bell rings loud for every family standing proud, toll and roll. Yeah, we're here to fight. If it's right, we'll light up the night. Billy Rennie leads with fire in her eyes, lost her ranch to lies, but she still rise. Sheriff Max got the badge, constitutional might. John Bloom's in the mix, turning wrong to right. When the world's walked away and shadows creep in, they're your equal, your kin. Let the healing begin. Greed's infection spreading, but we won't fall. Closer than you know, they've inked it all. No chase for the spotlight, just ending the pain. Freedom's for us, break every chain, toll and roll, ring that freedom bell. Fighters for the fallen, breaking
for the children in every town.
They are taking our kids every day. I shout them in and no one has a thing to say. For those who have been isolated, don't be worried, you have a voice today. So listen up everyone, here is the story. Child Protective Services is real. CPS is what they call it. They want our kids because it fills a lot of people's wallet. We all think it won't be us. We say when they come we will be so tough. It all sounds good when there's no one to take them. But when they come, your voice gets to breaking. Stay calm, step away. CPS ain't taking no one today. We are educated. Stay calm, step away. CPS, you need to leave. I know the tricks up your sleeve. You can't do what you're trying to do. We have done our homework. Don't do a damn thing without a warrant. You no longer will steal our kids this way. Tiff and the Punisher have come for the calling. They are giving us the CPS warning. Their voice is loud and clear. We stop losing our kids this year. Tiff wants to fight the entire planet. She is tired of our kids being taken, God damn it. She's been fighting CPS for 30 years, bringing children home from this disgusting mess. The Punisher is screaming out loud, abolish CPS and tear it down. I want all our kids to come back. Look at all those kids' pictures held up like thin tags. Together we are stronger than we need. We will tear down CPS with high speed. We will do so much being together. Birds of a feather flock together. So watch out CPS, here we come. Picking you one by one. We promise to bring back the family and prosecute the caseworkers unhandily. Give us back the kids you have taken. Tiff and the Punisher sending you all on a vacation. The one with bars in the windows and the only games you play are old Nintendos. Corruption in courts, here we come. We won't stop until it's done. You judges need to learn what you stand for. This is Tiff and the Punisher warrior, and we cry out to all of you out there. We need support for a cause that many don't care. All children are being stolen away too often. So CPS, we plan on doing the stopping. Stop.
Lag. Upgrade your internet, Darren. Just buy more hamsters to spin that wheel to power your internet. Darren's here. Trust me. Somewhere. He's working in the background. Mashing
Yes,
it.
he is.
You got more songs for us,
That's right,
Darren?
right
There he
here.
is, my man.
Here he is. The man himself is right here. You have no idea how stressful that last 3 minutes was for me.
Well, somehow you weathered it, and there you are, very dapper and handsome.
Whew, I did it. I mean, we're
Right.
another brick in the wall.
Dude, let's get this party started.
Just another brick. Do you know what we're doing tonight, Tiff?
Huh?
You know what we're doing tonight?
Yeah,
We actually already have. We already have. Right. We already have
roll?
people on the call-in line waiting for us.
Okay, but I got something to say real quick.
Let's get right to it.
Okay.
So Spanny's on here, and
Good.
Spanny and I helped a lady a couple years ago, and we hadn't heard from her. And Spanny actually sent me the message today. The judge overruled the prosecutor and CPS, and the judge told her if she continues to do what she's doing, her daughter's coming home.
Good. I need a win. I need to hear wins.
Yeah.
I'm mad as hell. I want wins. So yeah, if a child comes home with their parent,
wins.
Big win.
We need wins. All right. So here's
hold
the deal.
on. Spanny says she needs to talk to you, angry citizen. I sent her your number. I'll send it again. But go ahead, Darren. Let's go.
Okay, I didn't know it was a Spanny show all the time.
Do you have?
Well, no, I just wanted. She's in the show.
And you use your phone, push buttons on the phone. I would give you my number right now, but I'll have 1,000 million psychopaths calling me.
So here's the deal.
Immediately.
If you're calling in tonight, you need to have read the bill at tollandroll.com. The bill is right there because we're not asking questions about the bill. What you're doing is if you guys are calling in and you want to discuss this stuff, you are calling in to say how the bill is going to affect your life in a positive way, like how this portion of the bill, like X is going to do this for you in your life. You're going to compare the real life situation that you're living and what you're doing with it to what the bill represents in that way. So if you haven't looked at the bill, if you don't know what the bill says, please don't call in, and because that's not what we're trying to do here tonight, guys.
We're not here to educate you. Educate yourself.
That's it. You know it, man. You can't listen. You can't sell the bill if you don't know how to. If you don't know how to operate.
Read the bill.
You know.
Do your homework.
Yep. So that's the deal here. So I don't know in which way we wanted to start with. Well, Brenda's here with us.
We don't want to do stuff, brother. You do it. You're in control. Own it.
Well, no shit.
What happened to Matt?
Brenda, where did Matt go? That's what I was wondering. Let's get Tom. Tom's on the fire, so we can't use him yet, right? And then, there's Matt. Matt's right there. Here comes Matt. There we go. Everybody, you know Brenda. Bring back Brenda. And then now she skirts in with Toll and Roll as well. But Matt, here you are, buddy.
Greetings.
Hello.
How are you?
Thanks so much for the invitation. I'm just waiting for the rest of the posse to show up. Tom is on, but he says he doesn't have visual. Is there anybody else that's in the queue?
That guy, I don't. There he is. I can pull him up.
Aaron is resolving all the technical issues. He is a technical genius, so everything will work perfectly in moments, seconds from now. Darren will have all this figured out.
We actually have.
Yeah.
We actually have someone that's already has called in for us.
Better.
She's patiently waiting. So
why don't you just bring her on in?
We hear you ringing, Darren.
We're tolling and rolling.
Do you want to toll and roll?
We are tolling and rolling. That's well said.
Toll and roller.
Well, my instructions were to give a profile of everybody on the team that's going to be talking tonight, and Rod Class, who I think you've heard about volumes, was going to be on this, and I'm hoping
everyone that is supposed to be here is trying to come in.
I think you can do it.
Yeah, Tom.
Go ahead with what we have. You're here. Go ahead with what you have. We're listening, Matt.
Let's do it, brother. We can do this.
Okay, Tom, do you want me to just go ahead and deliver the background on everybody on the team?
Sure, that works for me.
Okay, let me do that.
All right.
Good evening, all. Darren and Tiff, and to your viewers this evening, thank you for having our team on your show tonight. I'm Matt Scarlatus, delegate to Toll and Roll. We're here tonight to review the People's Remedy and Restoration Act, H.R. 1776. As you and some of your viewers may already be aware, we were in Washington, D.C. last month to deliver the goods on H.R. 1776, and we made contact for the fourth time in 5 months with members of both the U.S. House and Senate, some of whom we have met with previously with a focus in May, June, and July, being the petition of remonstrance and affidavit of remedy. The fourth and most recent visit last month in September being the official delivery of the third element being the People's Remedy and Restoration Act, which forms the trifecta, if you will, to the petition of remonstrance, which holds the extensive compilation of evidence over nearly 2 decades with the most important land record and mortgage fraud cases in the U.S. and the affidavit of remedy that enumerates the grievances cited in the petition. For those of your viewers that are new to our delegation, the foundation of this group has deep roots that go back many years. Most significant among them, the founder of Toll and Roll, Billy Powers, whose legal case, Powers versus Bank of New York Mellon, became the standard for fixing the fraud in the legal system. Her case served to provide guidance to so many other victims of land record and mortgage fraud abuse. From her bio, Billy has over 18 years of experience in research into financial crimes and 20 years of real estate lending and forensic fraud audit service. She is also a registered whistleblower with multiple agencies, both state and federal, and has assisted many, too many to count, in their mortgage fraud cases. Most importantly, she is the aegis and founder of Toll and Roll delegation that started in April of this year by traveling from Orange County, California to Washington, D.C., while meeting with many fellow advocates in more than a dozen state capitals across the country on her way to the anointed destination in Washington, D.C., which started in earnest May 7, 2025, with a petition and affidavit of remedy as the key to making reform history. Next delegate on the show tonight is John Bloom, who is a dear friend and important liaison to Billy Powers, having known one another for years through respective legal cases and providing support and guidance to others with their expertise and knowledge of the inherent issues within the mortgage industry and the courts. In John's own words, I have served as my own advocate, navigating complex legal battles to protect my family's home and rights. Despite every effort, my family lost our home of 20 years in January 2023, a loss that continues to fuel my determination to stand up against corruption. He was instrumental in making the cross-country trek possible through his professional work experience as a master mechanic who facilitated Toll and Roll's mission with a bus that is our logo and calling card that started the journey for the rest of us. John and his family make their home in Eugene, Oregon. Also speaking tonight is part of our delegation, Tom Kibler from Minnesota, longtime friend and fellow advocate to Billy and John. Tom's professional background and expertise with respect to insurance and securities in his former career serving several Fortune 500 businesses and banks make him indispensable. Tom, like Billy, has met with many personal health crises, given the toll, there's that word again, that forced him to permanently retire due to disabilities caused from the stress of fighting this fight that brought us all together. Tom is our go-to guy on financial law matters, and with Billy's oversight, they are a force to be reckoned with and have been vital to our petition, especially with the affidavit of remedy. The next aspect of Toll and Roll's mission carry all of the same requisite attributes that land record and mortgage fraud possess with respect to the tools that are used to carry out these crimes. But instead of stolen titles through electronic recordation that promote counterfeit, forged, and perjured documents on the mark, meaning the victim, in our 21st century courts of law, our children and parents, like our property, become the commodities for sale. Family and probate courts have evolved into for-profit centers in our legal system that just 35 years ago would have been considered unthinkable.
True.
The other half of Toll and Roll delegation is myself, representing probate guardianship reform. I lost my father, Captain Paul Scarlatus, in 2018 to serious fraud in the Fairfax County courts of Virginia. Since losing my dad, I've worked with a number of not-for-profit organizations before Toll and Roll, seeking reforms to fraud and abuse of probate courts, especially those that enforce guardianship, and have supported some important cases in recent years, both probate and family court. What I bring to the table for Toll and Roll, for lack of a better definition, is that I am their messenger here in the nation's capital. Much like the activities I've previously been involved in over the last 20 years that have to do with government transparency and accountability, especially in Washington, D.C., where that task is formidable, Toll and Roll was a natural extension to those past efforts, and it's a pleasure working with this group to the end. Tammy Reef and her husband, Peter Hogan, who are not here tonight, are our other delegates from Tennessee. Tammy lost her only child, Jonah, more than 14 years ago to one of the worst child abduction cases in the country that saw a child pass through multiple courts where custody was restored and then taken away in the first 3 years of her son's life. It stands today as one of the most important child trafficking cases for its exposure that has involved both state and federal government in its cover-up. Tammy, with the support of her husband, Peter Hogan, had made it their mission to find not only Jonah, but all victims of child trafficking in the United States and around the globe through whereisjonahreef.com. From her bio, Tammy serves as the International Executive Administrator for the Save One Soul Task Force Coalition, an organization focused on fighting child sex trafficking. In this role, she oversees the development of a nationwide network of safe housing by uniting anti-trafficking organizations and ministries to provide secure, supportive environments for victims. Tammy and Peter couldn't be with us tonight, but send their regards. And last but not least, on your show tonight, the next member of Toll and Roll, of the Toll and Roll team that I want to introduce, is without question one of the most gifted individuals among our delegation when it comes to his knowledge and expertise of law and the American legal system in general, Mr. Rod Class. Rod is very well known in teaching the unlicensed non-bar laymen how to navigate the American legal landscape, educating hundreds, including the members of this delegation. Bringing further distinction to his resume, he's won 18 federal cases in his 40 years of taking on courts in this country, which has no equal. He also is one of the only private attorney generals in the U.S., and his presence in the delivery of the People's Remedy and Restoration Act was not only welcome but vital in delivering our bill. Rod, a retired Navy veteran like my father, makes his home in North Carolina. So, ladies and gents, that's pretty much, that's our summary. And between Tom and I guess we can tag team to some extent. Has anybody else joined us from the team?
Let's see here. We've got
Good stuff. Well
Native,
said.
this rider is still driving solo.
Amazing, powerful stuff.
Sure is, man. I mean, how long have you guys been
Go
at
back
this
to the
together as a
website
team?
we quoted? I'm sorry to override you. I apologize, Darren. You said a website, and I missed it, and I want to make sure everyone hears it and post it in the comments if you can, a website a moment ago.
Tollandroll.com? Is that what you're looking for, Dana?
There was one other.
Whereisjonahreef.com?
Yes. Whereisjonahreef.com?
Correct.
Yeah, let's post the link in the comments if we can, Darren. I would help you with this, but you've refused to allow me to help you because you're an uncooperative, cantankerous son of a bitch. That's why I'm here with you now.
I like your group already.
Yes. Yes. What do you have to say?
Reminds me of ours.
That's why Tiff and I get along. She's a cantankerous bitch as well.
What's going on with Tom? Tom's still here?
Well, we're worried about Tom when Tom arrives.
Tom is here.
Yeah.
Tom is here. I heard Tom
Well,
is
hello,
here.
Tom.
Hello, Tom.
Tom, you got anything to say before we start going to the gates here?
Greetings all.
No, you're good with it. Tiff, you got anything to say?
No, not at this time.
Well, that sounds like a courtroom thing.
What?
All right. Well, do we want to talk a little bit about, just give a quick intro to the bill, Matt, and then we'll get this first listener on.
You got it.
Let's see. Yeah, Allie, go ahead. All right, Allie's coming in now.
To hear you guys, I just want to let them know. Unfortunately for that part, you were on the mute side, so sorry about that. But now you'll be right here with us.
So, Allie, I guess why not? You want to introduce yourself and then go ahead and the floor is yours.
Well, we're not live, are we?
We are live. You're in there.
Oh, okay. Okay. This is Allie Carino. I'm a national civil rights activist and national elder advocate, and I was a
guardianship reform advocate, but now, I think it should be abolished. And I love this HR 1776 because it addresses a lot of the corruption and issues that I've dealt with personally. So I'm excited to go over this and get it out there.
What are some areas specifically that hit home with you with the HR 1776, but also to be known as the People's Remedy and Restoration Act, right? So, I guess there's another bill with that HR 1776, right? Isn't that correct?
Yes.
Well, there's a petition of remonstrance that holds the evidence, and then there's the affidavit of remedy. Tom,
can you hear?
Do you have any?
Right.
Do you have any input?
Kind of far away, but
Okay.
I heard it.
Well,
Okay.
yeah, I come from the foreclosure fraud area, and the key, everything from that perspective is that we are demanding an audit of the land records to go back and redress all the forged assignments that just by the April 4th, 2012 National Mortgage Settlement, and still haven't been. That's an epidemic coast to coast. All of our land records are tainted, and actually every state is still in violation of requirements of the 1787 Northwest Ordinance, where each executive office, each governor was supposed to appoint a commissioner to oversee and secure the land records, because property rights was one of the main things, the establishment of our country. And the banks and the attorneys kind of figured out that there were a lot of holes here because none of the states are compliant. And that's been the exact issue. And we're looking to address that. We want to freeze all electronic recording, which is just a bastardization. It's a scheme where, they've been able to circumvent any kind of oversight and just shoot in forged documents. People that watch, at least on Fox TV, you'll see commercials for a home title lock company, and they have characters now called shows exactly what they're doing. They create a forged document, throw it in the land records. All of a sudden they are the owner of record, which so that coming from the land record perspective is the big area where we got started for foreclosure. And then we've discovered all kinds of patented underground software and backdoor issues that allow a lot of things to go without any kind of oversight whatsoever. And basically map out and template the trafficking of children, the theft of guardianship estates, as well as theft of properties.
Yeah, they'll do anything they can to cheat. The enemy is absolutely unhindered by any shred of morality or dignity. They will falsify, they will lie. The devil loves lies. Anything they can do to lie, to create personal gain, they will do. So we have to question everything. That's why we all need discernment. The truth bears scrutiny. I've said this a million times, Darren. You've heard me. The truth bears scrutiny. When you look, you ask questions. You want to know, where did this come from? Who signed this? Blah, blah, blah. And the electronic world is easily tainted. It's effortless. All you have to do is push a few buttons or keys and things magically change around. You got to anchor yourself in the truth. And documentation is imperative. An actual physical document is absolutely imperative, because it can't be electronically changed. It can't be altered and restored. So ground yourselves in that, America.
Hey guys, we just got John Oregon right from here. He's in the house with us now. So I'm sorry, your name was Allison, right? Allie Carino.
Yeah.
So Allie, what? Oh my lord, these people are calling.
Everyone loves you, Darren. You're very popular. Get used to it. Deal with it.
That's what happens when we give a call-in number to your phone.
Yep.
You know, these people want to call in.
Allie?
So Allie, what part of the bill is what you find the most? It's going to do the best for you in your life, in your situation.
Well, there's a few, but I think I like the Section 5 Doge Audit and Recovery Authority, where they are going to, it says Doge shall act as the federal executor of this act, an exclusive authority to audit and recover assets, records, and systems compromised by fraud. And the one I totally believe that the Bar Association is infiltrated by so many traitors or Nazis. I don't know what they are, but they the part about the Bar Association, trying to find it here.
Mm-hmm.
She is right. The bar is absolutely vile.
Section 10, you said?
Prohibition of ABA, which is the American Bar Association, monopoly and accountability for charter breaches. And it says prohibition of, the ABA and affiliates in judicial control. That is our biggest problem. They are fleecing America and harming our children, the disabled, and our elderly. It is disgusting what they are doing.
Well said.
Inhumane. Those are my two that I like the most of this HR 1776.
Matt, John, what do you guys think? You guys got an answer? What do you guys got some points in those things that she needs to know about, or she should know
John
about?
we're seeing down there with the righteous blonde beard? Is that you, John?
It's your beard brother.
Yeah, that's him.
I don't think it would be blonde. It's all silver white.
That's some dirt in there.
Rocking, bro.
It's the dust and fires.
I mean, from what I just kind of came in late. Like I said, unfortunately I'm still working, but I've got a few minutes here where I can bounce in and listen. I was trying to listen earlier, Allie kind of nailed it as far as.
John's breaking up.
Yeah. There's a lot of nuts and bolts to that bill. Well worth the read. It's several pages deep. It's a lot to digest in one sitting. I recommend read 5 or 6 pages, read it again, and then step to the next set of 5 or 6 pages.
Trailer. Oh, you're right. Well, that's the thing. I just want to say, because I've been digging in there as well, and it's pretty much stated in this, this just a little letter where, and I'm encouraging everybody to attach their affidavit to this and send it off to Doge, because all you have to do is say additional evidence from toll and roll, and then that's going to get attention. But the act directly addresses the property and land deed fraud. If you're dealing with that, forged and perjured documents, judicial and data corruption. I know a lot of us have been dealing with judicial. That's where it's hitting me with the judicial and the CPS, of course. And then it even gets into, with me now, is the adult protective services, because they're taking not only my kids but my husband. But it's sponsored with judicial sponsoring. It's kidnapping with our elderly, with our children.
Use the word. Always use the word. Never, ever, ever say they were taken. They weren't taken. Okay, they weren't removed. They were fucking kidnapped. Excuse my French, but that is what we are dealing with. The devil wants you to use the wrong words. The devil wants you to say they were taken, removed, relocated. They were kidnapped.
Part of the problem was
I was almost there. I was almost to the next sentence, but it always, all this bill, it covers everything that we are all going through. I know that, and we can point out different things, but it's to protect. That's why they're calling it through the framework of protect. The people demand transparency, restitution, and end to crimes against humanity on our own land and worldwide. Am I right? So
Well
it's the
said.
People's Remedy and Restoration Act, HR 7076, the People's New Declaration of Independence, 2025.
Beautiful. Thank you.
Ellie, do you have anything else that you want to add to this before we
Yeah,
let
I
you do?
do.
All right,
I
perfect.
do.
What do we got?
So right now, nothing seems to be enforced with our laws. Anything right now. They're not enforcing. Anyway, so Section 11, it says enforcement and penalties. Criminal enforcement shall include, but not be exclusive of, prosecutions for domestic terrorism, treason, RICO violations, mail and wire fraud, and obstruction of justice. Civil penalties shall include trouble, damages under 18 U.S.C. Article 1964 and 42 U.S.C. Article 1983.
Well said.
So I think we need to see some consequences,
Yes.
people.
I absolutely
Thank
do.
you.
I agree with that.
And deprivation of rights under color of law. Never forget that. Deprivation of rights under color of law. That's what they're doing to us. They're coming to us saying they have the authority to do this. They do not have the authority
Not
to do it.
the authority.
They do
That's
not have
correct.
the authority to kidnap our children. No agent has authority over us. We, the people, are sovereign and we have the authority. They work for us. They are kidnapping children. That's the truth. That's the naked truth. Never, ever stop saying it.
What are you thinking, Ellie, that you want? I mean, I know that we talked. I mean, do you want to? What are your punishments? What are the enforcement or the penalties that you want to see to these people?
An eye for an eye.
Yeah.
They ended my mother's life prematurely, so I would like to see that happen to them.
Right.
That's the only thing that, if they're going to, rule number one is do no harm. So, but I love this bill because it does cover everything. That all of, millions of people are going through right now.
Yeah.
So I hope we get it passed.
Yeah. I want to see it. I want to see some accountability. I want to see some heads roll. I'm so angry. I'm so tired of waiting for accountability. I'm so tired of waiting for people that are right in front of us doing these injustices and getting away with it and being treated with favoritism. I'm so tired of it. I'm so tired of it. I want to see them pay for their crimes.
I mean, John, Matt, what are you guys looking for when you guys bring this up? What type of enforcement are you guys going to back or uphold? I mean, you're going to say full scope. Let's hang them.
So number one for us, on the House side of things, of course, is accountability. The freeze of all documentation in or outbound until such a time as we are able to do an audit, and along with that audit, as soon as you start seeing the common denominators of names, which is going to be lawyers, judges, clerks, some of the deeds work officers, all those people have taken money for so long that it's just status quo. Somebody can send in a faxed document with a check over the mail, over the phone, or a credit card over the phone, and they instantly own ownership in your property. And we have to have accountability, and the only way of doing that is features, face-to-face, person to person. By doing that, you hold those people accountable, and if they're not doing their job proper, they get fined and assessed. And that's all in the bill. That's all in the remonstrance. That's all in the things that we've brought forward. I came in late to the whole conversation, so I apologize because unfortunately I'm out here on the West Coast and we're still working.
You're good.
Still daylight. If it's daylight, we're working. That said, boots on the ground, face-to-face contact is where it's at. We have managed to get the most, I don't know what the word would be, the most and legitimate contact by being face-to-face. Over the phone, over the email, through, anything computer, you don't have accountability. When you have 6 or 8 of us in that room together, all of the nation,
Hold up there, John.
all of us. Is my audio cutting in and out.
Yeah,
There
we
we go.
can hear like every other word, John.
Keep going. Don't stop. We can't hear every word, but keep going. Just keep going, bro.
Gotcha. So,
I think he's freezing
Devil
up.
obscures the
maybe
truth.
not.
Every powerful message is obscured by the devil. This is what they do.
Sure is.
yeah, having gone to DC now, and all of us from around all the problems for all the people, it's a solid message that we are united. We're locked in, elbow for elbow,
Yes.
foot to foot, getting shit done. And we just got to keep that face and that
Yeah.
boot
Rock
to the
on.
grind.
Rock on.
Yeah, and
100%. Well said.
some of the comments are going on pretty quickly now. Ensuring the all branches of government and corporate entitles are held accountable under the law. Am I correct? It's
Accountability.
Man,
Accountability.
where is
Let them
Billy
pay
here?
for their deeds.
It
Let
all
them
comes
pay.
down to that accountability. Every
Amen.
one of these people that is pushing a document has to be accountable for what they're pushing. If
Amen.
we don't get that, we're down that slippery slope and we're heading for the bottom of the cesspool. We're almost there already. We're nose above water, so to speak, at the moment.
More importantly, though, to add to John's comments, there have to be reparations. There have to be severe penalties, financial and incarceration for officers of the court that violate their oaths and their duties.
Yep.
And we're not seeing it. We're not seeing them go to jail.
We're
not seeing them pay 7-figure fines for the crimes of child trafficking, murder in both child guardianships and probate guardianships. There have to be extreme measures that are going to see them behind bars, just like anybody else. And actually, they should be held to a higher standard.
Yes, thank you.
Because they are officers of the court. They've taken an oath. Their business is the law. It should be the law, but it's not the law. And here's where Rod was here, because he could wax eloquent on a number of things that he's very skilled in. We'll have to get him back on the show at a later time, because the gentleman is brilliant. He really has an unbelievable legal mind. He's a gift.
Hey guys, we have a question up here. It says, I was told why most cases are not criminal and civil because CPS does not have to have the evidence law enforcement would need to be able to do something. So I think that's something about the standards of what the evidence is I believe what they're talking about there, Mr. McDaniel. I think she's asking CPS doesn't have to have the same evidence that law enforcement does, correct?
Absolutely incorrect. No.
Well, no, she's right. They don't have the burden of proof, I think, is more or less what they're trying to mean. And that being said, do you guys have something in there, or would that be under the enforcement and the penalties section? Do you guys have anything to address the burden of the proof in CPS cases, like things that will go from preponderance amounts of evidence to, clear and convincing evidence or things along those lines?
There, I got 5G.
No, it's in there. I know it's in there.
Right. Well, I've scanned through it.
It's in section 5 where they get their audit.
Is it in section 5?
Yeah, well, it says all physical land and court records shall be subject to audit, including every digital system used for record management, such as eRDS, Secure, Tyler Technologies, eFile, MERS, and equivalent platforms. The audit shall also encompass all databases connected to public records, including but not limited to Child Protective Services, CPS, Adult Protective Services, APS, guardianship, probate, municipal, state, and private systems that directly or indirectly interface with land and court records. So they're covering it all.
It's all covered, yes. And blacked out again. I apologize to the gal that asked that question. I think it was Missy.
Lay off the sauce, John.
I'm sorry.
So lay off the sauce.
Lay
I
off the
wish.
sauce. Ha ha.
I
Go
wish.
ahead. You're listening. Oh, you walked out again. Technology.
Phone.
I
Audio
was
check.
Stupid.
Stupid phone.
All right, go ahead, John.
Yeah.
I hate technology.
It's all good. Go ahead. We're listening. We're here.
Turn the picture off sometimes, folks.
As I tried to say, CPS should have all the evidence that law enforcement does. They should have to go through all the same proper channels. The problem is,
Yes.
again, status quo. It's been allowed to be played out.
Yes.
Right.
They've done it to
Noise
us,
against
we
the norm.
accept it. Yes.
Right.
We all have to make that noise. We all have to stomp. We all, the last time I was in DC, my local senator was in office because we made sure we were there on the purpose of. And I'd been in his office 4 times and yet to make a contact with anybody proper. So I went in stomping, literally, like a baby, made squeaky, squeaky loud noises. And lo and behold, we had a 25-minute conversation with somebody out of that office.
Nice.
And, for me out in Oregon,
You sound a little
now,
angry.
because of
angry
that
person,
conversation, I'm able to make contact with somebody local that I can have person-to-person contact with. So I'm boots on the ground locally, making the noise locally.
Nice.
And we all have to do that. We all have to make that happen.
Yes.
The other thing that's absent in our courts of law, when you have fellow CPS or APS victims, you have to be there in solidarity for each other. It's so important that you share each other's. You're a support system for everybody, and you show up in court even when it's inconvenient.
Yep.
And it's so important for the judge to see those people come into the courtroom that they can identify.
Well said.
That they can identify. I've been in a family court case now, actually several, but one in particular that's really a prominent case. And I walked into the trial.
Sorry, who asked the question of a boots on the ground protest? We don't want a protest. What we want is boots on the ground, getting business done, getting the shit done. We're not here to protest. We're not here to make noise. We want the right kind of noise getting done.
No, getting in the bill to your leaders, senators, and congressmen. Like,
Yes.
even though my case, most of everything happened in Florida, I'm in Louisiana. So that's why, with the help of you guys, I was able to get this meeting going. And for as I understand it, Clay Higgins is reviewing this bill, and he's somebody that, check the committees that your senators or congressmen on, and see if you might, that might fall into what exactly we're doing. And that just happened to happen with me, because here I am in Louisiana. And
Right.
I'm going to temper what John said with what I was.
John, can we finish what you were saying now?
Some of our viewers are commenting that Matt was interrupted, so we
Yeah, can you finish what you were saying there, John?
So, like I said, I apologize because I'm on a cell and out the window to get cell service, but to the person who asked about boots on the ground protest, reach out to us. Look on the Facebook page if you have Facebook, and you'll see some of the things that we've already done in DC, and then reach out to us and we'll explain to you how to get busy in your state. Not sure what state you're in, but all states need it to happen so you can get busy and get the business done in your state locally.
Well said. Can Matt finish? Because there's been several comments that Matt was interrupted in the
Sorry about that, Matt.
Yeah, I want to qualify on the end of what John said about protesting. There is a time and a place for that. I agree with John that it is about getting the business done. But the way you up the ante with getting that business done is you have to have solidarity and you have to have numbers show up.
Yes.
And whether it's in the courtroom, trying to support a friend who's going through the same issues with child protective services or adult protective services, whatever. you have to show up in meaningful numbers because the judges are looking, and if you don't show up,
that's how they get away with stuff, right? Like if
they
people
get away.
are not paying attention, no
Stuff.
one's paying attention, they'll do anything they want. So the specific comment, Matt, was you were talking about court watching when you were interrupted. I don't know if you had a thought on that. You want to throw that in there? But.
No. You're talking about virtual court watching, or you talking about physical court watching?
You were talking about court watching, is according to the viewer when you were interrupted, and they were really eager to hear what you had to say. But if you don't remember, then
I was going to finish what I had said, which is I was in a trial last week, and the judge that was presiding over this woman's child in arrears payments recognized me. I recognized him. We made eye contact, and you could see by the look on his face he was not happy that I was there.
Yeah.
And then two other friends of ours, victims, showed up, and it makes a monumental difference when you're there for each other. In the courtroom, it has a dramatic effect.
Amen.
And it can change the course of the outcome of the hearing of the trial.
Amen. I want to throw in one thing if I can here real quickly. So when I started the Angry Citizen, my intent was that we get enough people to complain about things because I think we all agree on most things that are wrong in our country, and we could talk to these people that are supposedly in charge. They're not really in charge. They work for us, but we pretend they're in charge. Senators, congressmen, and so forth, to say, this is what we want. We, the people, want this. Most of us agree, right? But I had a very difficult time assembling enough people to actually speak to them and make that happen, because everyone is involved in their own little cliques and movements and organizations. They all want their brand. They all want to be famous. And I never wanted to be famous. I really, really, really didn't. I just want to retire. I'm old. I'm tired. I just don't want to have to worry about this.
You are.
But I am. Thank you, Darren throws it. But as I frequently said and say and verify this, look at any of my videos, and I've said this a million times, your rights are mine and mine are yours. If it's bad, things can happen to you. If Darren's child can be kidnapped, not taken, not stolen, not relocated, fucking kidnapped from him, my son can be kidnapped from me. That's where we need to stand, America. Stop with your bullshit labels and your gay, straight, white, black, Christian, Muslim, Democrat, Republican, whatever. Just throw that out the window. You're a constitutional American, and so am I. And I don't care about anything I just said. I literally don't care. All I care about is if your child can be kidnapped by the agents. These are agents. Stop calling them all these other labels. The devil loves misleading labels. They're agents, and they are kidnapping our children. And all of us need to get together and make it stop. I think we all agree on that, right?
Yeah.
I got to get busy, y'all. Have a good evening.
All right,
John. Thank you
for coming in, John. I think this is a good
I'll listen
spot
to it again when I get home.
Yeah, no. I think this is
We're
a good
awesome,
spot
brother.
for
Awesome. Get in touch with me and stay in touch. Angry Citizen, theangrycitizen.org.
You got it.
Oh wow, my phone just died at that point too. That's crazy. Yeah, no, I think this is a good spot for us to wrap it up. Your phone just died with Allie on. Allie, are you still there? Yeah, she died there. So
thank you, Allie. If you see this and listen, thank you. What you said was really powerful.
If Renee was here, she would be saying she wanted to stay staunch on the 1 hour thing. So we are right at the 1 hour thing. Jen, how about we get you in here next week when we do this again Friday? We'll put you on first on the list for the call, so get yourself prepared for that. Brenda, do you have anything that you want to say? Last words to get out of here?
Yeah, I just want to say, because it's been going on with us since 2012, and just do what you can to educate yourself with this bill, because I've been in it for a long time, and this is the only time I've had success contacting somebody that can make that difference by agreeing to, take that bill in his hand and just look at the big picture because we've told our stories over and over again. And if anybody knows me, they know my story. So if I can homeschool 3 doctors and never commit a crime in my life, they can take they can kidnap my children,
Thank
but
you.
turn around and say I kidnapped my child. Well, I can tell you they've also kidnapped my husband as well. And it's the same judge. It's the Dixie County, Florida. You can look it up. They've been committing crimes for years and years, and we just happen to move there. So, but it all gets back to these false threat tags that are being put on people, and the only way to expose this is through this bill, and I really believe in it, and I appreciate you guys including me in on everything that you're doing. I appreciate it. I appreciate John, and here Danielle showing up at the end. I appreciate you too, Danielle.
I've been here. I've just been backstage because I didn't want to freeze it up. So,
Brenda,
but I'm all
you
for
doing the
this
show
bill,
tonight?
and it's time to be proud and get it out there and be
No,
productive. What now? What I do?
I was asking Brenda if she was having a show tonight.
Brenda, you having a show? Actually, yes. One of us will.
Okay.
'Cause I got
All right, we
permitted
can do
for-
it. We can
'cause,
do it.
Cool. Now back to what you were
But yes,
saying,
it
Dee.
was time to get these lights back on over here in our country. Like it's time to get it back to the way it was. So, like the Reba McEntire song, "Let's Go." I would say more.
Matt, what do you got to say, buddy?
I'm sorry.
I said, what do you got to say to everybody for this last bit?
All I want to say is it's been a pleasure. I thank you for having us on tonight. I hope we have another opportunity to bring the rest of the fold in. But you guys have a terrific show, and your song for us, I can't thank you enough for that. That really lifted our spirits last month in Washington when we heard that song.
Oh, wow.
Yes.
Thank you very much. I appreciate that.
And I love my character.
Yeah, I guess we're going to be doing this
Gave
next
me.
week, so you guys be prepared for that. What's that?
Much.
I love my caricature that you made me, dude.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
Everybody.
Best thing ever. You are the bomb, dude. You're a
I'm
genius.
going to put something up here real quick. Tom, you have any last words? Are you still here with us? buddy?
I am still here. I guess one last thing that I would add, we are obviously in a kind of a crisis with out of control courts. But what's encouraging is that not just our group, several other groups have been putting pressure on the judiciary, specifically the Supreme Court, and they've come our way very powerfully this year.
Good. Thank you for that. I needed to hear that.
Several decisions, and Kavanaugh came out and excoriated the lower courts for saying or for not paying attention to their decisions. Basically, what's called stare decisis is what decided law by the Supreme Court, and they've come out with several decisions saying these administrative law courts, which is what we all go. That's what happens when you go before a judge. It's administrative. It's not judicial before a jury. And our constitutions guarantee us the right to trial by jury for any core rights issues, or you're losing life, liberty, or property. I encourage everybody to go to your state Bill of Rights, pull it up, read it, and highlight. You'll see that every one of them says that we, the people, are the root of all power. We delegate to our public servants, and we have the right to trial by jury. We have the right to due process of law. And when we're getting hosed, more importantly, it says that we have the right to redress injuries or wrongs. Minnesota says specifically, every person is entitled to a certain remedy in the laws for all injuries or wrongs which he may receive to his person, property, or character, and to obtain justice freely and without purchase, completely and without denial, promptly and without delay, conformable to the laws. What that's saying is, if your courts are hosing you, you're not getting to the right courts, you go talk to your congressman, you go talk to your senators. Again, they work for you. They're public servants. They swore their oath. Their primary objective is to protect people and their rights and their property.
Yes.
It sums everything up. If they were all doing their jobs and we were enforcing all the wonderful laws that we already have in place, we wouldn't have these issues.
Well said.
Salmon. Standing ovation. Standing ovation.
Yes.
That's
yes.
why I'm angry. Why are you angry, Dana? Why are you so angry?
Tiff,
You
what do you got
speak-
to say? I haven't heard you say anything. You've been kind of tonight.
Uncharacteristically quiet.
Yeah.
Oh,
I had a
hey,
long
Tiff,
day.
you know what?
Long
I
day.
did get some,
What'd you get there?
baby. I got something today.
Oh yeah, I want you to show everybody.
Hey, can I have that styrofoam? Is there styrofoam right there on the couch?
So it's just been a long day for me, and so that's why I haven't said too much. But we are gonna have Toll and Roll back on next Friday, and don't forget, everybody, it's Halloween, so we might have to start a little bit late because I got to take 2 little ones trick or treating.
The question is in the chat: is Matt going to be back with us next week? Matt, would you like?
Yes,
to
most
report?
definitely.
I would say then that's a yes. Michael, Jennifer, blah blah blah.
Put it up close.
See.
Oh, look at that! That's what does it say, Darren? I can't read it.
Cool. Very
Three
cool.
families together, and it's all of us on it. All
Nice.
my little character shirts.
Is there anything on the
But then
back?
the best part, this one
Put it
has
on my
What
big
does that one say?
All one.
senior citizen. Ba-ba.
That's cool.
Isn't that badass, right?
It's
You
hard
are
to
the
see
bomb.
even on my big screen, but
Mhm.
I think it's very cool.
Dana, your last words, buddy.
My last words are: remember, the Constitution is the supreme law of the land. All laws that are repugnant to it are null and void. The truth is the sword of God.
Amen. All right. Well, that's it, guys. Make sure that you guys go this week, get a copy of the toll and roll bill on their website. I'll put it up at cpsbreakingnews.com also. Tollandroll.com, baby. Get that bill so that you guys too can next week talk about this and figure out how it affects you in your life. And that, take a look at Brenda and Danielle tonight. We'll be on. Everybody else, have a good night.
Thanks again.
I've never been a perfect person.
Good shit, dude.
I put the cart before the horse. A list of reasons, long as sermons, why I never needed God. Then I heard his voice, so sweet. It put me on my knees. I'm holding on to hope for dear life. With God driving, and I'm finally free at last. God driving,
We know it's all about the money, we know they lie, we know this is corruption. Does CPS know what they are doing to the children?
Imagine being a child who has been torn away from their security blanket, their parents, the ones who stopped the boogeyman from terrorizing the nights and curing their boo-boos when they scrape their knees. Now just imagine how they mightest feel when the CPS meant to protect them tears them away from their supposed abusers and places them with strangers who have zero comforting skills. They need to be calm. They are confused, lost, panicked, and needing their parents, but CPS took them away for the purpose of saving them. The kids don't even know why, and they are told that the parents they attach to no longer want them. What do you think that does? Do you think that this is how protecting children is supposed to look? Abolish CPS.